Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be kind of a different video. I'm definitely reaching outside of my box for this one. It is, look at my lips, they're like bright red, and I never do that in videos. Usually I never do that in real life even. If I want to play with color, I usually put it on my eyes or maybe occasionally on my cheeks, but I never play up my lips. They're always either kind of darker because I have darker lips, but they're not like red. They're just kind of like a darker pink, or they're just nude, or they're light pink, or something like that. But I never ever play up with red, and so I was really excited, and I got this idea last night actually. I uploaded a video, and then I fell asleep, and then I woke up at like 3 in the morning. I'm like, okay, I have to film this. I don't know why. I think I had a dream about red lips or something, but it was very exciting. So I decided I would just try it out, and I tried it out for the first time ever on camera, so I did kind of mess up a little bit, but I don't know if you can catch it, just because, I don't know, I tried to make it a little bit discreet, which I'm kind of now thinking back to it, and I probably should have just told you guys that I messed up and showed you how to fix it, how I fixed it, but actually I kind of did in a little place. I'm probably confusing you, so I'm just going to quit talking about that, but, yeah, aside from the red lips, if you guys did not know, I have a giveaway going on. It's actually the video that I made before this video, so if you have not seen that video, I will link it below so you can go watch it. And I'm giving away 5 things in it: a tanning lotion, a conditioner kind of deal, a body lotion, a loofah, and a hand cream. So I think it's kind of a good giveaway. It's my first one, so definitely go enter that. If you've not heard about it, you have 2 weeks to enter. And yeah, I think that's all I think that's all I had to talk about, but I don't know why I totally just got like tongue-tied there, but whatever. And yeah, so if you want to see how I got my bright red lips, keep watching and let's get started. Okay, to start off with the eyes, I'm just going to take a primer, and I'm using Urban Decay's Priming Potion, but you can use any primer that you want, and this is just going to help the eyeshadows stay on longer and not crease or cake. Next, I'm going to take MAC's Retrospect, which is just a very light kind of champagne-y sort of color, and then I'm going to take this flat shading brush, and I'm going to apply it all over my lid. This is just going to give me a very sheer and very pretty base for my eyelids, and since I'm doing such a dark color for my lips, I really just want my blush and my eyeshadow to be kind of simple, so I'm just going to pack this on there all over, up under the brow, and then all over the lid. After that, I'm going to take MAC's Woodwinked, which is just kind of a copper toned brown. It's just a very pretty kind of a fall color, and then I'm going to take a fluffier brush like this, and I'm going to apply that just in the outer corners and a little bit into my crease. This color isn't a whole lot darker than Retrospect, and so it just kind of gives a little bit of dimension to the eye, and I'm just going to pack it on right in the outer corner and kind of apply it in little circular motions and about halfway into the crease. So it's not too dark, but it does give a little bit of dimension, and I just think it looks really pretty, but it's still kind of subtle. Now I'm going to skip putting eyeliner on, just because, like I said, since I'm doing such a dramatic lip, I want to kind of keep everything else simple, and I think that doing an eyeliner would just be a little bit too much. So I'm going to skip straight into curling my lashes, and I'm just going to curl it and then hold it for about 6 or 7 seconds. And this is just going to help my eyelashes, I don't know, be longer or longer looking. And then I'm going to take MAC's Prep and Prime mascara, and I'm going to apply that to the tips, kind of blinking into it, because if you guys didn't know, this stuff kind of actually adds extra stuff to the tips of your eyelashes. Do you see the little white tips? Those are actually just fibers from the mascara that are actually kind of lengthening your eyelashes. And then quickly before that dries, I'm going to apply my favorite mascara, which is right now the Falsies Volume Express Flared, which is like the new Falsies, and I'm just going to apply that right over the Prep and Prime. And I just think this really helps my eyelashes look very long because I've got really short eyelashes as it is. And I just think doing all this with the prep and prime, the curling of the lashes, just helps it look really long because now they're almost touching my eyebrows, which is really good. For me anyway. And then I'm also going to put that on my lower lashes. I'm trying not to smudge it into my I don't know, my lower lash line, I guess, just on the lashes because I don't want that to be too dark. So just like that. Now that we're done with the eyes, I'm going to apply a blush, and I'm just going to pick a blush that isn't too different from my skin tone, like something that doesn't really stand out. And the color that I chose is Margin, which is a MAC color, which let me see if it'll pick any of that up. Yeah, see, there's Margin. It's just kind of a very pretty, kind of a deeper corally color. There you go, you can kind of see it better from back here. But it's just a kind of a very deep corally color. And I'm just going to take a brush and kind of dab that around and then tap off the extra. And then I'm just going to, sorry, I need my mirror for this, going to apply it to the apples of my cheeks. And then up into my temple. And then I'm also going to kind of put it down a little bit to where I'm going to contour, just so whenever I contour my face, it blends in a little bit better. After you apply the blush, I'm going to put on some bronzer and just contour my face. And the bronzer that I'm using is the Too Faced Leopard Bronzer. And I'm just going to take an angled brush like this and then kind of pinch it together to where it's thin. And then I'm just going to kind of outline the hollows of my cheeks. So back in here, and if you don't know where the hollows of your cheeks are, make a fishy face. And it's that line from here all the way to your ears. That's the hollows of your cheeks. And so I'm just going to contour that a bit. And then not too much though, because you don't want it to be like a definite line. At least I don't want it to be because I'm focusing so much on my lips. There you go. So just like that. And then maybe a little bit around my chin. And then up into my temples. Just anywhere that's kind of already naturally shaded. Just like that. And now for a highlight, I'm using a MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and this is in Soft and Gentle, which, hang on, looks like, focus, like that. And I'm just going to take my ring finger and apply it to the tops of my cheeks just to give it a little bit of shimmer so that whenever the light hits it, it will kind of reflect a little bit. And then a little bit down my nose, on my cupid's bow, and on my chin. Not too much though, because you don't want to be too shiny because this stuff's very shimmery. Now for the fun part, we are going to work on our lips. Before I did all my makeup and everything, I put on a lip balm so that my lips weren't chapped during the entire thing. So if you have chapped lips or if you just want the lip liner to go on easier, you might want to put a lip balm on because lip liner actually glides on a little bit easier whenever you have lip balm on. And so, or chapstick, which I think is the same thing. But yeah, so we're going to start off with a liner, and this is of course going to be, sorry, I thought somebody was at my door. This is of course going to be a dark red. This is actually a winey color. This is Avon's Lip Pencil in Port Wine. And it just looks like this. If you're wanting more of a precise line, then you might want to go with an actual lip liner, but this is kind of a thick liner thing. So yeah, we're just going to start, and I like to start going from the outside, like my outer corners, going in, and then on the top going from the inside to the out. So I'm just going to do that real quick. I can't exactly talk while I'm applying the lip liner, so hang on. Try to not cover it up. And once again, since this is kind of thicker, I got it on my lip a little bit, but that's totally okay. And then I'm going to do the top lip. And don't worry if you mess up a little bit, I'm going to show you guys how to clean it up, or how I clean it up. Okay, so after you're done with lining your lips, you're going to want to pick either a lipstick or a lip stain. I'm actually going to be using a lip stain. If you use a lipstick, then you might want to go ahead and use a lip brush, just because I think you can get a little bit more precise with that. But I decided to use a lip stain because since it is such a dark color, I don't want it to get all over my teeth, and lip stains stay on a lot longer. So I'm actually using this Revlon Just Bitten lip stain, and this is in the color Flame, which is just a very bright red. And I'm just going to apply that all over my lips. It's like running out. So before I get into lip gloss, I'm just going to show you guys how I clean everything up, because I cleaned it all up before I put on lip gloss. And what I'm going to do is just take this this is supposed to be an eyeliner brush, and I'm going to take my concealer, which is this Lorac concealer, and I'm in the color C2, which is actually too light for me, but you will see what I do to fix that in a minute. And I just apply that to the tip of the brush, and I'm just going to go around my lips with it. And this will just give you a very defined lip, and it'll make your lips look a little bit plumper. I don't know why I always try to talk while I'm putting this stuff on. I can't do it. After I'm done with that, you can kind of tell that it's a little bit too light for me. Like, it makes my lips look like they're glowing outside. So to fix that, I'm going to take my foundation. Where did I put you? And I'm just using my Stila foundation and a face primer, and I'm just going to take the face primer and put it a little bit on the palm of my hand, or not the palm, the back of my hand, just about that much. You don't need a whole lot. And then I'm going to take the same brush that I used for the concealing around my lips, and then I'm just going to open up the bottle and scoop out a little foundation like that. And then I'm going to mix the two together. So I'm just going to dab it, and I'm just going to keep mixing it together until it's all the same consistency. And then once you do that, it should look a bit like this. And then just take it all off of the brush, and then just dip the tip into it. And then you're just going to go around the concealer. So just kind of off down here. And this is just going to help it blend in. And then after you do it with that, take your fingers and rub it in circles. See, now you can't see the white anymore. And then I'm going to do the same for the top. And now you just have very defined lips. And now to give it some sparkle, because it's just a very matte look. If you want to keep it matte, go ahead, but I love sparkle. And so I'm going to take a dark red lip gloss. And this is just a tubed lip gloss from Love & Beauty, so Forever 21. And then I'm going to take a lip brush. That's not the lip brush I wanted. Yeah, it was. Okay, a lip brush like this. And then I'm going to squeeze a little bit out of the tube, and then wipe it off onto my brush and apply it all over my lips. And I'm really packing this on, so don't be afraid to use a lot. And I just love the effect that this gives to my lips. Someone just texted me. But I think it looks very, very cute. And if you want, you can just do it in the center of your lips, but I prefer to do it all over for this look. This is how the lips should turn out. They should just be kind of a dark red and then kind of shimmery if you decided to do the lip gloss like I did. And I'm having the hiccups, and I'm trying really hard to not let it come out loud, so I'm choking in between my words. So I'm sorry if it sounds weird, but that's what's going on with me. And then you should just have really subtle eyes and then just very subtle cheeks. So that is all there is to the look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a ton of fun making it just because it's so out of my box. I never do bright colors, especially for my lips, and I really like it. I don't know if I'm the kind of girl that can pull off red, but I definitely loved trying to do it, and I think I might try purple next. I know that's kind of a crazy color, but I want to try purple. And so, yeah, that's exciting. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later.